Hi. Well, no. Warning, please not attempt to perform any of the stunts or activities in the show. They are dangerous and can lead to serious injury. Video submissions of any kind are not accepted by one side of the coin or heads or tails gaming.
How many times are you gonna mess that up?
Seriously. Every week.
Hi, welcome to One Side of the Coin. I'm your host, Steve the Gamer. With me, as always, my co-host.
Macaroni Attack.
And tonight we got a special guest. This face is... We have good old JC with us, who is a card creator for Genesis Battle of Champions, which is what we talk about every week here on One Side of the Coin. It's our favorite game to chat about on our show. Welcome, JC.
So I should not send that video of what I was doing earlier in the day and that to One Side of the Coin then?
For what?
And I don't know why are we at to the point now where we have to actually make that warning? Like, I'm concerned what these guys are doing on a week-to-week basis.
Because
You don't watch the show every week?
Oh, I'm sorry. I do have a life beyond everything else.
Right?
Yeah, Kenny's tired of going through the submissions.
Right. Okay, so why do you do it? He's asking.
Because of ridiculousness. They have a warning intro and outro because of the videos that they show in the TV show. It's people doing really stupid stuff, like getting injured in that.
It's called ridiculousness.
I didn't know we got into that low point of a society.
Oh yeah, I watch it.
It's kind of
all the
one
time.
of these for viral videos of people like injuring themselves or doing dumb things and whatnot. So.
Like Scorpions is like the main thing of that show.
As one of my old college teachers would say, too much chlorine in the gene pool.
Probably, but
yeah, and I watched that show so much that I actually remembered both warnings. So I kept.
You haven't watched it enough recently. You keep messing it up.
No, actually, I haven't been watching a lot recently. It hasn't been on.
Do not worry, there will be no crazy stunts or whatnot or whatever they do on this show.
No, Kenny's gonna break out and break dance on table.
I'm gonna do a backflip.
Kenny's gonna do.
I may knock over the camera again. You never know. I mean, how many times?
I didn't know we needed a warning that we knocked over a camera.
I actually didn't bring my mug. I got
grape.
Nobody likes grape, so.
Okay.
It's the best flavor.
Grape is the best flavor.
Yes, it is.
You live in a delusional
Apparently
world.
Apparently not to my customers.
Wow.
Well, your customers are wrong on the flavor.
Anyway, tonight's show. So yes, Patreon showed up, so we're going to be opening up some Patreon. And our main topic for this evening is we are taking a trip back 5 years ago.
Memory lane.
We're going to go down memory lane and have a nice, deep, dark, and brutal discussion about Alpha. So when Alpha first came out, the timelines, we're going to go through some of the Alpha cards that we no longer see in print, and kind of discuss how the transition going from Alpha into Beta, and the timelines that we built. I'm sure you can remember back to Alpha, or no?
I can remember back 5 years when I had one less gray hair and you had one more hair. Boom, boom.
This is the part where the warning comes into effect.
Yeah. Gotta admit, it was well played and well timed.
Yeah.
Back
other
there.
people up will not be viewed.
I think without my glasses on, I think I can spot a couple of gray hairs on Kenny, right? So
really?
I mean, it's like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look at the look I'm getting now, right?
I think I see one in there.
Yeah, right.
I think it's there.
I'll stop this stream right now.
He's gonna cut us off, right? What happened to the thing?
Which thing?
Tired of
Yeah, there we go.
stuff.
Yeah, I just set this one up.
Oh, okay, you got it set up.
So what are we doing first then? Are we opening up Patreon?
No, we'll save the Patreon till last. We usually do. Let's talk
timelines then.
Talk timelines. Let's take a look at Alpha to start with. Your most memorable moments when Alpha first came out.
Oh, jeez.
My most memorable moments, either being wrecked by angels or wrecked by scorpions.
No. You can't even say angels. You cannot say angels from Alpha. You
Why?
cannot.
Why not?
From the initial Alpha when it first came out.
Yeah, why?
From there was no angels in the 2-player starter kit. how difficult was it to pull an Angel from the Alpha boosters?
Yes, this guy here, he had Angels. You had Angels all the time.
Two. We literally had two.
Two
She
more.
pulled one.
Two more than I had.
Yeah, I know.
Two more
exactly.
than I had.
So I mean, you cannot state that the Angel.
Do you want to know like the 3 or 4 bloody primordial forces I had him?
Primordial
for some
Force.
reason?
There we go. Primordial Force. So
And Angel.
we'll open up the Alpha binder here. So.
Yeah, one of the most memorable moments of this time for me was
I remember you
pulling
wanted
that
to snag
card.
every scorpion that came out of the pack.
Exactly. So yes, the key cards from Alpha, definitely Primordial, Bullshot.
Angel!
No, Angel.
Yes!
Nobody played Angel Timelines until Beta. I'm serious.
They're still there.
He might have ran one of his decks just to be
Yeah,
terrible.
literally.
You're leaving them out.
You have to, because they were so difficult to pull. Angel decks did not really come into existence until Beta got printed.
The first pack I ever
Like
opened, I
10
pulled.
confirmed pulls of an Alpha Angel, or something like that. A ridiculously low number.
It is ridiculously
You can
low.
One of
even
them's
build a
mine!
full deck with it.
Yeah.
The first
So-
pack I ever opened, I pulled an Angel,
She did
and
pull an
this guy
Angel.
ran with it.
So I mean,
He
okay,
took it,
so
he's like, "Yeah, I
so
tried."
the very initial first print of Alpha, we only had the 4 champions, which was Idris, Malik, Nubia, and Raha. Only 4 champions when Alpha first came out.
That would be your 2-player starter kit.
It
right?
wasn't until the second printing of Alpha that we actually saw the rest of the champions.
The other.
So we actually literally only had the 4 champions initially to play with. And then when the second printing of Alpha came, we got Kendra, Rain, Fong, and Long. So which gave us 8 champions to build with and kind of get a feel for the game. However, it was basically very, very difficult to build like really decent timelines on just those 4 champions to start with, right? So
Well, I would have came in with that second run where the other 4 champions kind of came in.
yeah.
Myself, so
Hello.
I can't quite speak to only playing with 4 champions. I'm sure it would have been not too bad. 4 over 8's a little easier because it's easier to pick who you want to go with and just run with it.
Yeah.
But the lack of like your Angel or other key cards and that just would be tough as well.
Yes. So out of the 4 epics that were in Alpha, so there was Primordial, Angel of Retribution, Demon Scroll, and Purifying Wave, right? So we saw on our polls, right, from Alpha, a lot of Primordial was the main one.
I think I had 3 or 4 pulled. I think 3 at least. I think 1 went to North of Exile in a care
Yeah.
package. So yeah, I see lots of Primordials.
Primordial, Demon Scroll, and then I would say Purifying, and then the Angel was the last, the least amount pulled, right? So,
And I think Primordial is the only one I've ever pulled from the Alpha pack.
yeah. So with the scarcity on those cards, like even on the rare side, like so both shots like Chronos didn't come until the second wave from the Alpha, I believe, because it only had the 1 date on it. It says it doesn't have any date on it actually, I think, but it
What?
wasn't in the initial printing of Alpha.
Which one?
Chrono Walker.
Yeah.
It's right here.
It only came as a misprint.
Yeah, so there was no initial date on it, so there was no distinguish between whether it was 2017 or 18.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no date. So it's very, very difficult to determine whether or not that card was in those initial packs or whatnot.
Call a Sid.
Which Sid would be able to confirm that.
Sid!
Hey, Kev C, thanks for joining us. Anna San, thank you. Hey guys, thanks
Hi.
for joining us on the stream tonight. But yeah, so I mean, okay, so let's jump a little bit forward into when you first came into Alpha on the second printing, the timelines that you initially built.
Oh God, who's the first one? I gotta remember who the first one I actually went out and built was.
Yep.
We're going back 5 years. No, 1 less gray hair.
5 years, yeah.
Nubia would have been one of the first ones because double draw. I'm trying to remember if I actually built Malik very early on in Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
She did.
Malik was actually the first one I built, and then I built Nubia not too long afterwards, and I've used Nubia ever since.
Mm-hmm.
And I might have tried Fong a little bit for her energy reduction. And maybe a Kendra somewhere. I didn't go too spicy into different things.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, just limited card pool, you picked what you wanted. And no, I probably had more Malik because bloody hell. You could put in Hunting Hounds for 5 or
Hound. Yeah.
Hunting Hounds, cheap 2/2s.
The amount of Hunting Hounds that people
The
have.
amount
in
of
their
Hunting
decks.
Hounds, yes. Hunting Hounds, by far, I would say, is a superstar for back in Alpha because of the low cost. You could
It was
the
5
low
aura.
chi, like
Yeah.
5 aura,
4 chi,
4 chi,
2/2.
and a 2/2. Like
What's a 2/2?
so,
2 health, it would deal 2
and
damage.
deals 2
Oh,
damage.
okay.
You can just swarm the board with them at that point in time, right? So, those who were privileged enough to have access to Purifying Wave or whatnot was able to deal with those timelines. However, there wasn't a lot of them, right? It was very difficult, right?
Your next best bet would be to be an Axon and hope you had the Tsunamis.
Or the Tsunami.
Or
yes,
you were in
Tsunami.
Bellum and the Bolt Shot.
But even back then, like I can recall, not a lot. Like Tsunami wasn't really a superstar until well into beta, right?
Yep.
So it wasn't uncommon. It didn't see a print until Origins, or reprint till Origins, right? So even those who didn't get into the game until after beta had a hard time. Not having access to too many Tsunamis, right? A lot of cards that from Alpha originally that have moved forward and it's still being really, really recognized in the game today, such as Pressure Point.
Pressure Point still, it's your toolbox counter when you're up close and fighting it out with someone.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a reprint in the OP kit, which is about it, and what alpha beta at most we've seen in.
Mm-hmm.
It's a key technique to counter with, and it's almost, you might as well say, a key sideboard card the moment you're an Axon.
Yes, yeah.
Mind you, back in the day, not as much. You might tech in back in alpha a few copies, 2 copies, 3 copies just to have it if you were in that position.
Mm-hmm.
But that was about the extent you would play Pressure Point, if any. Like, your best thing you're going to hit on a Pressure Point is a Rampage Toss in front of you, or a Bolt Shot in front of you. Or the Bolt Shot comes down, you hope you have a Chrono Walker from Alpha, and swing in and Pressure Point the Bolt Shot.
Yeah.
It's really where you're at there.
Yeah. It was definitely one of the key counter cards to anything, especially with Bolt Shot, when Bolt Shot started seeing a lot of attention. I think that's another card right from the get-go, right at the start of from Alpha. Bolt Shot was recognized as being one of the most powerful cards in the game, alongside, say, Chrono Walker, Giant Scorpion. Let's think of Giant Scorpion.
Do you remember when Giant Scorpion used to be an uncommon?
Oh,
It used to be an
geez.
Pepperidge
uncommon.
Farm remembers that.
Yep. Yeah. Which I remember just trying to because I initially really loved playing Idris, and just gobbling up as many Giant Scorpions as I could for that deck, right? So, do we see it being played a lot?
Giant
now?
Scorpion now?
Yeah.
There is
No.
far
Not-
better pacing of summons. You could find a 14 or summon with maybe 1 less awareness, but has an additional ability somewhere, or a continuous, or a trigger that could potentially go into another ability.
Mm-hmm.
So there is, Giant Scorpion is going the way of the Dodo slowly. Is there still some means to play it? Maybe a little bit, but you're getting 5 Gs that are now starting to compete with it.
Yeah, like well, we said the same thing about Angel, and look what happened at last year's championship, right? So I mean, like, is it because people are focusing more on the newer cards than they are the older cards, and not realizing the potential that Giant Scorpion still has, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Angel is still 6 health, 6 damage. It's still...
But we have so much that can deal with them, right?
But if you think of the timelines, though, did they have the options to deal with it?
No, back then they didn't. Unless you're playing like Meteorite or Purifying Wave, or Tsunami. That's the only way to deal with Angels, right?
Well, even Tsunami, in the case of the Angels was being played, Tsunami was actually a lot weaker due to the fact that the damage could be prevented. Something like a Wave would have been a better toolbox because it just whisks it back to the timeline, and now you're racing on Aura instead.
Right.
But Angel is still a dominant force, and Angel hits the board, and you do panic to scramble your hand, check the board to see if you have a way to deal with it. Let's be honest.
We didn't even see the Angel decks right back at Alpha, so it wasn't really anything to deal with, right? But
if an Angel did hit the board in Alpha, you were panicking.
Scorpions were such a huge threat. Another one, Mac Attack turned the page, Guardian of Balance. There's another one too, right? It's
Where are you seeing that?
Guardian of Balance hits the board. If it's your first time played in that round,
You told me to flip it.
and it's not killed before its ability resolves, you have a free turn of protection. Basically, everything does.
Stopped a lot of attacks initially, especially with just learning the game and starting out with it. It was a very effective card and very dangerous. Wasn't until later on when the action speed attack, right? Just kind of really slowed it down and just prolonged the game more so than actually being an effective card to stop anything. You just wait it out and then deal with it and take care of it the next turn, right? So at first it was really powerful, but right away just kind of not as good.
The decoy bunny!
The decoy bunny, right. Decoy
Bunny was a thing that we played a lot back in the day.
We did.
It was one of our best evasion abilities that we had going, besides the Chrono Walker. And you could use it to get into some really good positions very early, if you need to. You get targeted by something, 2 or 3 bunnies played right in consecutive order, you could take a position on the board that you might not normally take in that round.
Yeah. Like the progression up to today, there's so much new evasion cards that are a lot cheaper, a lot more effective than Decoy.
I wouldn't say cheaper per se, but lower chi.
Lower chi.
Because Decoy Rabbit is a 6 chi.
Yeah.
And what's the decoy cost on that? 7 ore? That's pretty cheap to get out of a bad situation.
So he got a bad tutor.
But you got like diving juke now.
Yep.
Sidestep. Like that anybody can use, right? So dodge.
Oh, yeah, dodge.
Dodge was a rare back in Alpha. Right there, yeah.
I do remember playing dodge from time to time. It was the toughest thing with dodge was it was a 7 chi card. Like if this card had been 6 chi in Alpha, this card probably would have been more amazing.
It would have been, yeah.
But at the 7 chi, it was hard to substitute really good stuff. If you think about it, if you're running Fong or Long, if you're running Fong, you're substituting whatever bolt shot you had maybe for a dodge.
For a dodge, yeah. But I mean, restricted to Thymos, yeah. Out of the 4 champions, Malik, yeah.
What about your time with Quicksand? I know you played Quicksand a lot.
Quicksand, yes. I know one of Jeff Pizzito's favorite cards, the Quicksand.
Is it a 5 chi?
It is a 5 chi.
This is the old snare.
It's the old snare.
This is old
the very
snare.
old snare. I mean, I think it still has potential today. Back then, it was very effective to lock a player down with no ability to get off of it. Nothing within the set itself from Alpha to counter it unless you're playing Purifying Wave.
To get off it, you would either have to Decoy Rabbit or Chrono Walker. Because they switch spots.
They switch spots, yeah.
They do not move.
Decoy doesn't. No, decoy you have to be targeted, and that doesn't target.
No, it doesn't. But if your opponent's targeting you, get you onto it, or if you're already on it and then they're targeting you with attack,
then you can
use
decoy
the
off
that
of it,
situation.
Yep. The fact that you have to summon it on an unoccupied spot and then get your opponent to go on it, so that made a lot of use of like shoulder throw and
Rampage Toss.
Gust. Gust was another one.
Well, no, it wouldn't have been Gust at the time. It would have been
Hydroblast.
Hydroblast would have been the other one.
Yes, would have been Hydroblast.
Gust never came out until Beta.
Is banned.
Yes.
The only banned card that we've actually talked about on banning it at one point.
Right there, yeah. Yeah, it was just because of the wording. I mean, and it did get replaced with Gust, but yeah. Another card was
Library.
the library.
I remember playing libraries a lot.
Library got played a lot back in Alpha. Once, like I myself personally, I didn't play it a lot at first to start with, but playing a few games with a Sid, and he was showing me how effective it can work. Right back then, it was like super amazing.
It was a action speed move.
Mm-hmm.
As long as the library was around you, you could move
moved
on to it. And then when you moved on to it, you could basically
The pages are smooth.
is it draw a card, discard a card, or discard a card and draw a card? I can't remember the order of the ability.
Well, Mackenzie, go back.
I'm trying.
Oh, I see my favorite card there.
Which one?
Create, you place it on a spot around you, and then trigger when it is created, you may move on to it, and then whenever a champion moves on to a library, they may discard a card and then draw a card. So you'd have to discard and then draw. So it was a good cycle card to get rid of stuff that you're not needing in your hand at any given time.
So, interesting thing, I don't know if anybody can see this here, but if you look at the libraries of the Haas, Create is actually really different now. Create's usually on unoccupied spot in the arena, where this one actually is Create on a spot around you.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Around you, yeah.
That card might need an errata soon. Alex, if you're watching, we need an errata this card, actually.
I don't know if it got errata.
I don't even know if it
or
did. Do you have the beta in there?
I don't know if
would be the question.
Beta binder as well.
There's beta. So what we're just saying about libraries
Thank you.
is Create is a term now that basically it creates onto an unoccupied spot. Yep. We're just checking to see if the beta version actually updates the wording.
Enters the arena. It is created around you. Then you may move on to it.
So there's really a big update on that now, because Create is
different. Yeah,
yes.
I know the wording. A lot of the wordings have changed.
Alpha has some really
strange
archaic
wordings to them. However, it doesn't just help you cycle through like your hand or your timeline movement.
Yep, it is a movement card.
It is a movement card for an alteration, which was super amazing, and I think a lot of people didn't really realize that at first, right? And it's like, well, hey, you can move up and then drop that around you, so now you can move on an angle. One of the first diagonal movement cards, right? Yep. So you can place it on the diagonal, move on to it, cycle a card out of your hand, get something new, and carry on.
Libraries of Sahas.
Yeah.
I'm going to step away for a second. I'll be back.
Sure.
Continue without me.
Yeah. So, it was an absolutely amazing card. And let's another one that was really, really great, and it still is. A lot of people still play it. Brook, right? Remember Brook? At first, it was so powerful, but again, being a rare back in Alpha, super, super hard. He finally brings it up, and we're on Brook now.
I'm just curious about this one.
Oh, the library?
Yeah. Yeah, they
and that's the J version of it there,
yeah,
right?
They did slightly modify the wording for displace, and they just removed the wording for create.
Yeah. It says displace. When Libraries of Sahas enters the arena, if its creator is around it, then they move on to it. That's even different from the beta reading.
Yeah, they may move on to it.
When a champion moves onto it or is placed onto Yeah. Oh, it's the create because there's no subtext to
there's
the
no
create
subtext in creating.
on what create is. So therefore, you'd have to more or less look at the back then the beta ruling of what create was, right? So, but even still off of.
Oh.
Yeah. See. So create says place libraries as ha-has on an unoccupied spot in the arena. That's it. You just place it on an unoccupied spot. So you can place it anywhere. But if it's around you, then you may move on to it. More or less.
Yeah.
Which made it even worse. So you didn't even have to create it adjacent or around you, according to the beta ruling of it. However, if you placed it like, say, top corner or something, like way away from you, then you wouldn't be able to move on to it because it wasn't around you. Right? So it's kind of weird how the terminology has changed over the years. But cards that we still see, like we've got dedicated studies, right, which just got reprinted again, which was iconic. Chain Lightning, one of the most confusing cards from Alpha. It doesn't see play. We never really used it back in Alpha either when building timelines.
No, but we still see it. Like, it's still...
Yeah, it's gotten its reprints. It's just that you break one, then the whole thing fizzles, and it's just not worth it for the cost. But, yeah, we talked about Pressure Point. What?
You know how many of these I've seen in the friggin' Patreon?
Yes. Oh, the Patreon promo,
There's so many.
Because it didn't see a reprint.
There's so many. There's one that I want to talk about.
Sure, which one?
Essence Drain.
Essence Drain, the iconic
You want to know a funny story about this one? For the longest time ever, and even after Core came out, I thought it was a tree until someone pointed out that it was Core. I thought it was like some kind of like magical tree, and then as someone's like, "Oh, it's Core," I'm like, "That's not Core, that's a tree." And they're like, "No, that's Core." I'm like,
"It's a very hungry tree."
It's a very hungry tree.
Right.
It does. It looks like a very angry tree. Look at that guy. Look at there. See.
Which was Damion's first artwork intro to Genesis.
Wasn't that his like test one or something?
Yep.
And then it got put on a card.
Right away.
Like, we like it.
It also got put on the Alpha packs.
Yes.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, the artwork made it to the Alpha packs.
Now, question is, who's that?
Feng?
Oh, is it Fong?
Looks like her.
Does this have to do with them?
Maybe. Have you read it? No. Well, it could be any of them. I would say Fong right off the bat, but
I think it is.
because his hands kind of covering anything else that you can see underneath her neck or chin, right? So it's very hard to determine. But the glow, I think maybe the white hair would be.
It would be easier to see on white hair than it would red or black hair like Nubia and Idris have.
And
so
Idris,
I don't think it'd be that. Definitely not Kendra. She's too young.
I think that's
Grandma.
Yeah.
Tsunami.
So there's the Tsunami from Alpha. I don't think anything else is really.
Oh, one that we never see anymore.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about those, right? Jalarian Waters, right? So I mean, that was one of the what's that?
Where'd JC go? JC!
Yes, definitely Feng.
Yeah, I think so too.
What's that?
It's Divine Intervention, a Feng card.
Yeah.
What about Rain of Arrows? I was messaging us from the bathroom.
Yes, he is.
JC!
He's complaining about chili cheese fries.
Mr.
complaining
JC
about chili cheese fries.
Must say, do not eat chili cheese fries.
Magical Tree Wonder, if we can get that in the lore. Oh, your magical tree. That's what he's saying. Like we're interviewing with
Hang on, give me a second.
JC.
Hang on.
Oh, he's in the washroom. What?
Brett.
He's like
What?
messaging us.
I gotta earn my pay on this, right? So where do we leave off on?
So
Magical tree core.
well, that was his message. I cannot unsee it. Core
We'll work
is
on it. We'll
now-
put
It's
it
a
in the lore
magical
somewhere.
tree.
Magical trees.
Yeah, Song's even saying it. It looks like a magical tree.
So we've discussed Essence Drain as one of our cards. We've gone through Library of Haas as a great
Who
movement.
said we needed magic tree in the
What other cards were you and I playing back in the day?
Meteorite.
Oh, God.
Meteorite was by far one of my favorite cards, right straight from Alpha, on top of the Bullshot. Depending on which champion I preferred to play, whether it was Nubia or Idris, right? So, board wiper.
Yep.
Outside of
Wait, who?
Purifying Wave, right?
Yep.
The only other thing, does 5 damage to everything on the field. Like, this card has been printed right straight through, more or less, except I don't think it was in Rays,
one?
but Meteorite.
Oh, yeah.
Meteorite was done. Meteorite did go into beta. I believe it did go into J as well.
J.
I believe it's in
Yep.
J 2nd edition as
Yep.
well.
Just wasn't in Rays, and yeah. I think it's
It's
still a phenomenal card. Like,
It's still quite powerful.
very powerful.
You're at, what is it, 30 aura at top tier, correct? 28?
Mhm.
30?
30.
Yeah.
I remember
30,
that.
28.
30. Oh,
So for
10,
30
28, and 30.
Yeah.
So for 30 aura, it's everything gets hit for 5.
Everything.
Everything gets hit for 5. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. There's no dodging it unless you have protection somewhere.
Yep.
It's devastating still when one of those hits the board. It's a sad reality when you're playing against a Chaos champion. You're at 5 health, like I'm far enough away, I think I'm going to survive, and the meteorite hits and just kills you.
Yep.
It's like, I have nothing to stop that.
Yep. Meteorite, just boom. Right? I mean, it was discovered how quick that thing can just wheel your opponent down really fast. Yeah, and there's summons on top of it because it was effective. Once beta hit in the angel decks, it was definitely useful against them. But
And at a time where there wasn't much
or
summon-
swarm decks, right?
and at a time where there wasn't many summons either, right?
No.
It's like, I pay my 5 aura for all my hounds, and then it's like, meteorite. I pay my 15 aura for my elemental. Meteorite. I pay my 14 aura for my scorpion. Meteorite.
Yeah, exactly.
I play my angel. Meteorite.
Meteorite.
Fireball.
Exactly, meteorite, fireball. Yeah, it just took care of it all.
This
so.
card here, the story for it is funny.
What?
Because when it first came out and the Sid come to us and he's like, yeah, there's a funny story about that card. When they did the artwork, there was, blood and all that all over it. And I had to tell them, no, we can't put that out. And they had to redo the artwork, then take all the blood out of it.
Yes, he said it was a little too gory.
A little too graphic, yeah.
But then you look at the card right below it.
Oh, it's Skeleton King?
Skeleton
Yeah.
King.
Oh, it's all bone.
It's all bone and breathing blood, like
Where? Oh.
around his face. I'm assuming, anyway.
It's the backdrop.
Iconic artwork by Leslie, right?
Yeah.
To begin with. This card was useless as shit. Pardon my French on that one. But yeah.
No one used it.
Nobody used it, right?
No
like we
one.
tried building timelines around it. It's like something dies, you put that there, and then like
What happens? It
Remember,
gets hit.
how many summons did you have?
not
How
many.
many?
Not many. Like I know exactly, right? So
Like, let's talk about an all-star summon.
all-star summons. Okay, all-star.
There's
summons.
an all-star summon right there.
But was it used?
No!
Nobody
Nobody
was
used
playing
it,
it back
like-
then, right?
God, like,
We
a
still
year and a
have
half
this.
ago.
What?
Teleportation. We
Teleportation, yeah, that's Will's hated card.
Still have it. Really?
No, but yeah, this thing was not played a lot. Why though? At first,
Just don't know.
right? Was it the cost, right, or the
Like-
fact that it was 7? She only had 3 health compared.
But
Right.
when you think about it, it has that.
Has flight
It has flight.
and aerial.
No.
It actually does technically have aerial. Flight is updated
Yeah.
to. Remember, this is
Oh,
old wording.
right.
This is old wording, so we're looking back at Alpha, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was we had oodles of them, and it just wasn't used as much because, like, again, stuff like Meteorite, Bolt Shot, or whatever would be able to wipe them out just like that, right? For what was it, 7 chi?
It's a 7
It
chi.
is a 7 chi, right?
It's a 7 chi to a 7 chi. If you want a meteorite, like meteorite mode 2 would kill it as well, but you're still playing 28 aura for that, so you better hit something else. But a couple of these hitting the board and just coming in and swarming on you is Bad News Bears. It's 5 damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 5 damage was...
if we had better heal spells back in Alpha...
Which we didn't.
Might have made the difference of that.
Well, we have Jalarian Waters.
Yeah, that doesn't heal that, though.
No. 2 health. There wasn't much for life gain at all.
No.
In Alpha.
And again, if you had had like life gain for summons, that might have been a big Widowmaker on its appeal.
Yeah. Death Eater, we saw a lot of Death Eater at the beginning.
I still like Death Eater today, actually.
Yeah, it's still a solid card for its use. Summon it and it kills something with 2 or less health.
3 or less.
3 or less health.
For a champion, any champion that's running 25 or more health,
yeah,
in Chaos can run them relatively comfortably. Even getting 1 or 2 on the board to snipe something and then have a body on it, I'll pay that all day long. Fury, I remember. I think Fury's been probably replaced by something a little better.
It's not a summon, though.
No, but...
We're on summons.
You're doing summons? Oh, we're doing the whole...
You asked for superstar summons.
I just asked for superstars altogether.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we already
Cross
hit...
punch!
Oh, gosh.
Never seen again.
Never to be heard of again.
Bellum, we talked about. The biggest one for Bellum. Cross punch, yeah.
Never to be seen again.
Probably not.
Holy Wall tried to a little bit, but not enough.
No.
I remember
Holy
Sid...
Wall is an amazing card.
Yes, but in my
Not a lot of
time,
people
I didn't
played
see a
it.
lot of it.
No.
Sacred Ground, I think, I know Sid was doing something with it at one point or another.
Mm-hmm.
Dense Fog was a bit of a thing.
Dense Fog still is, especially in the Coon era. Can be used.
Like, even back then, it was like an all-star card. It slowed down everything.
It slows the game down huge. So, yeah, for Bellum, for summons, we talked about Guardian. And that was it, really, for Bellum. Bellum did not have a lot of summons.
No, all those people will complain about, oh my gosh, Axum was so great. No, Thymos. Thymos had better stuff.
Thymos.
Thymos had the best stuff.
Back in Alpha, yeah. All the elementals. Okay, so like,
These were so funny.
when I was telling my mom this morning about what our topic was tonight for streaming that, she started laughing because of her elemental timelines that she had built. Like and even today she still likes to play the elementals. Right?
I'm sorry, they've been replaced.
They've been they're like by far
sorry,
the
camera.
worst.
Earth Elemental. No.
Like
sorry.
look at what you get in Thymos. You got Baruch. All right. You technically have Decoy Rabbit,
Yes.
which is another summon.
Yes.
You can scrap that crappy Earth Elemental. Nobody cares about it.
Right?
Go
It's funny.
go find room for a Baruch. You have
Giant Scorpion, right? Like Hunting Hound.
You have Hunting Hound. You have 3 great summons in one affiliation.
Yeah.
And now, someone in the chat is like, but Axon has the big-bodied Chrono Walker.
Where's the water elemental?
I don't care.
There it is.
Nays are going to come in and start wrecking on it.
But back in the initial alpha, there were no other summons for Axon. But you had the Water Elemental and Chrono.
Yeah.
Water
That's it.
elemental.
Like, Thymos did have the better loadout in summons.
Rebound.
Chrono, yeah.
Maybe followed by Chaos, because Chaos does give you, if you want to go back,
Dithy.
if
Nope,
people
that's
actually
not.
played the Death's
That's
Companion
purple.
and the Death Eater, and played either Malik or Idris, you actually have a powerful loadout for summons.
Yeah, but it had Chaos had probably by far the most out of all the summons because not only Death's Companion, Earth Elemental, even though it wasn't really recognized because how crappy it was, Malevolent Spirit was another one. The Skeleton King, so those are the tribal ones though.
But yeah, you're better off
Whose
playing
is
Thymos
that?
at a time.
Thymos and Chaos,
Yeah.
right? Basically, which is the reason why a lot of Idris timelines were built initially outside of Nubia, right? So Nubia didn't really get our
Newbie
attention
got played
until people realized it's like, oh, I can draw more cards, right? And playing her just for that aspect, and it wasn't until beta when it opened up the door a little bit more with newer summons coming into the game, right? But right off from the start, it was all mostly Idris, right?
Beta didn't introduce any summons. They made them easier to access.
Or easier to access, sorry.
Yeah, Nubia Angels was with beta
Yeah.
at that point.
Diva Scroll and Purifying Wave.
Purifying Wave were the other two, yeah.
Never saw that one again.
Archon of Light for Bellum.
What?
Why? Why?
It's not a superstar by
Why?
all means.
If
Like,
I'm gonna
it's
play,
just-
if I'm gonna play
Right there.
Nubia, I'm gonna play a Chrono Walker over the Archon of Light because I move and actually avoid stuff at the same time.
right.
Right?
So I mean, looking back, it's like the spells and whatnot, like the tsunami,
I remember you doing a lot with Landslide.
a lot with landslide. I
Oh my
love
god,
the
you're.
landslide.
Ah!
Yes, I love landslide. Even today, like looking back, like when Race came and we got Erica, right? Like I carried on landslide, building those timelines. But
Yeah, I know.
back at Alpha, I used to love playing landslide all the
Hate your
time.
freaking
It's,
deck.
yeah, they just
Ah!
hated it, right? So
You're out
Uh,
in like 3 turns.
where is it?
With that deck, it's ridiculous.
Like it's a pricey card even by today's standards, but
What are you looking for?
Landslide.
if you
Right
have
there,
if you have the lead and it's
3
still-
damage, stuns them, so it locks them down into place, right? And it exerts the
Yes.
champion.
So
Exerts.
if you have lead,
Yeah.
even back during alpha, what's the way you get a landslide? You hope you're playing Axon and have a Chrono Walker somewhere,
Yep.
or you hope you have a Holy Wall to prevent it all, or you hope you have like 3 of the defensive card.
Dodge. Dodge
Dodge.
could have got you out of it.
Dodge, but again, Dodge is a 7 cheat
Seven
card.
cheat, it wasn't played as much, no.
So you
Smoke bomb, it depends on your positioning
Yep.
in the arena. But yeah, but you were able to get up there because we had jump
Yep.
to go with it, moving up 1, jumping, and then just dropping landslide.
I remember playing
landslide,
jump a lot.
so.
Was
Played
one of my
jump a
favorite.
lot. It was a really good card. Has been replaced by some of the. We got leap now. We now have dive and juke, right? Like that's a
Jump.
ton of replacements for jump.
Jump still sees a bit of play and a bit of checking because just the awareness is very unique to it.
It adds a bit of flavor to, options to
Yes.
your where you can position yourself, right? Outside of like leap was just forward, diving jukes on your corners, and then jump it's like double up forward plus those 2 angles as well, right? So it's options, right? But action speed once again.
What about Trudge?
Furry.
I don't like Trudge. Never did. I know there was.
It was going around a little bit in
A
the
little
beta.
bit.
In beta, it
In
was getting
beta,
around some
yeah.
play. Alpha, I don't think we played it as much.
No,
But we were. It's just as mean as it was.
because
Ponies in water.
the cost exerted you, right? Which became a thing, and it's like, well, if I play this card, that's it. I'm ending my turn.
I Trudge. I punch you. I punch you. I punch
Right?
you. Go for the best.
For what it's worth, it was kind of like a down tick from landslide for Axon with no damage dealt. Right? It just exerts everything, but then you're exerting yourself as well. And then how many like initial Swifts did we have back in Alpha? Right?
That or you hope you had 2 good summons to go in and do some damage.
Right.
That's the other option.
That was the only thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Have we covered Alpha already?
Yeah.
The Alpha wasn't a very big set. I
No.
mean,
We were 90 cards with, were we 90, 91, 90?
90 unique cards with 4 of them being auras, so there's only 86.
86. Yeah, it was a
Still
very small
larger
set.
than the Kingdom Hearts base set, which is about 61 and then like another 29 foils.
Really?
Really?
Oh. Oni!
Yeah,
Mhm.
we don't talk
Okay,
about
sorry,
Oni.
87.
Alright, fine.
Well, only
All right,
was
someone
the,
corrected us.
the demo.
87.
Well,
87.
because Oni.
87. Lambs with more move,
With Move Together.
or with move together. Thanks for the idea.
I have no idea what
That
he's
was-
planning, but I don't like it.
Move together. That's an Origins card, right? So that'd be interesting. With Lambs and Slaughter move together.
She came from the 2017.
Actually, yeah, that would work because move together is you're
Yeah,
moving with
'cause she
your
was in
summon,
those little
and then if you
starter
get hit,
decks.
you just lands
She was
with
the,
them.
one
right?
of the first
So
ones.
it saves you, right? So I kind of see where he's coming from. On that
Oni
one.
was in the 20. It was in the demo box.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
2017, right?
No. It was the demo. It was just a little demo.
And there was rumor going around there's like an updated version, but we couldn't.
There was. So Sid did confirm it that there was a demo deck made for that. It was all full art. The whole entire deck was full art.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Oh yeah, wasn't that just like a test thing?
it was a test. Yeah.
Oh wait, it was a totally what?
So he did not confirm or let me know exactly how many were actually printed. So he can't remember. I think so. But yeah, one went at last year's auction, which I probably would have bet on if I knew the difference, because I thought it was just the original one that I have, but I don't have that test one, right? So it's I'm missing that in my collection now. So it's interesting. Yeah,
Wait,
it's gonna
what
be
was
hard
up with the
to.
deck?
Full art.
Oh,
The whole entire deck was full art. So
Oh.
yeah, so this Oni had no border. All the cards, like which included the Earth Elemental, was in there, which is a borderless Earth Elemental, right? Like those cards do exist, right? So
Welcome to when you first make
Do you
a
have one?
game. You think I have one?
well, you did a lot of demoing back then.
I have one Oni deck sealed. I'm pretty sure it's the original one and not the
Oh, you have one sealed?
Yeah, I have an Oni deck sealed.
You should open it and see
Ah!
if so we can see if it's one of those.
No.
Well,
Oh.
wouldn't you be able to tell from just looking at the top card?
No, because the box is actually white, and it only has a window in the front that you can
That
just
shows
see
her face.
that just shows her face.
So what you're telling me is I need to go get like a flashlight and just see if I can just.
yeah.
but the plastic will reflect it.
I might be able to figure out a way or two to check it out.
I have one sealed, but
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it's the
Go grab
original
it.
one.
No!
Yeah.
Keep it sealed.
I don't know. It's itching me though,
Don't.
right?
Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
I'll be the devil.
JC and I both
Kev's
don't.
saying teleportation is his favorite card. Yes, it's everyone's favorite annoying card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, teleportation. Yeah.
Hey, I teleported
Yeah,
you.
you got
Full
the-
shot.
You got the first alpha in Australia, didn't you, Kev?
You got the first one?
Alpha in Australia.
Look at her from this
You
angle.
tell Kev to come play
Now from
come play
that
nationals. They
angle.
just give away alpha cards for some reason.
Now from this one. And this one.
I left like half an hour too early.
You didn't know that? Like I've done that 2 years in a row. I had like a stack of alpha
This
sitting in
is
my box. Like,
the-
yeah, you can get you
Yeah,
play the game here.
it's-
You go.
It is. It was discovered. It did make the game very broken with Bullshot and Nubia, right?
It,
Yeah, 'cause
I
you
don't
just
want to
kinda
say it makes it
teleport
broken. It ruins
go-
it ruins the tactical nature.
Yes.
To call it broken, you have to again. The statement that comes from a lot of like designing that is like prove that it's broken.
Well, it isn't now because like snares out. We have access to
Snares out. And it's like I'm gonna teleport beside you and hit you with like 20 bolt shots. It's
No,
like,
you're
well,
not.
I'm just gonna like Chrono Walker,
Yeah, we got
and I'm gonna do it again. And I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do the same amount of things you're doing, and eventually get out of it. And you'll hit one Chrono Walker somewhere, and I'll move across the board, and you'll have 6 summons to deal with, and you'll have no bolt shots left.
Like you gotta think, we have so many new cards now that it's like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and it's like they weren't there back then, and it's like, you know, a lot of this stuff wasn't able to be like dealt with,
It wasn't.
right?
Back then, it wasn't. We had a really hard time.
So like Dad's saying, right? Oh, we have snare now, and that can deal with teleportation. I couldn't then.
Well, so teleportation, they start throwing bull shots at you, and it's like even because they don't target you, you can't use
Or
decoy
landslides.
rabbit, right, to get out of it. You'd have to be playing Axon in order to use Chrono to get out, right? And then it just became a huge mess.
Or hope they teleport behind you, and then you shoulder throw them and make them waste their bolt shot.
Yeah, that didn't happen very often though, because how often was shoulder throw actually played?
Never.
Unless you were playing the shoulder throw quicksand deck, right? So basically the deck was built as like just a bunch of quicksand, shoulder throw, and rampage toss, right? And you just keep tossing them.
Oh,
Right?
no.
Your obsession
Oh, no.
with cross punch.
This was one of the cards in the Malik deck that I built.
Cross punch.
That was one
Cross
of
Punch
them.
was like the original like balancer card. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Well, Chilean Waters was too. I mean, when we
You paid-
were playing sealed or draft, and it's like if you didn't have enough to balance your timeline, because you know what the polls were like back then, right? And it's like we'd be using Jalarian Waters as a filler, but cost. What's the cost on that again?
2 energy to do 1 basic attack.
Yeah, 2 energy for 1.
Yeah, Fong didn't mind. It was an extra chip damage for her for free.
Yeah, for free. Well, until when she came out in the second printing, right, of Alpha. But yeah, Air Shield got a reprint.
So I guess the other question from here is, when are we building Alpha decks and playing Alpha only again?
Just Alpha only again. Well, yeah, we could. We can only use the cards that were in Alpha.
Except for this one. Except for this one.
Except for which one?
Yeah, because it's banned.
No,
Oh no, it was not banned back
play
then, so
with
everything's
play
free
with
game.
the Alpha rules. The
Alpha
Alpha.
rules.
Yeah.
The actual original Alpha cards.
All the cards in Alpha pretty much come
Do we have to use the actual Alpha, or can we use reprints?
Yeah,
From
use
beta.
the
Whip out your
actual
wallet.
Alpha.
Yeah. It's right here.
Put your wallet.
It's right here. Right?
I'm sure I can come up with something in a few weeks' time and play Alpha only.
Just
Yeah.
pester Assad, can I borrow like 5 angels?
I call up Assad like, so yeah, it's like, hey, how you been? It's been a while. Yeah, it's like, I need 10 Baroque from Alpha. You need what? I need 10 Baroque from Alpha.
I don't even think he
Why?
has. I don't even think
Just
he
don't
has
ask. It's for entertainment.
I got a thing with
They'll come back, don't worry.
next week.
What?
No, he was saying,
Oh,
I did 10
that's what
Baroques.
he would be
Go,
saying.
why? Don't ask. I have a thing with Steve out next week.
Yeah.
I'm raiding the vault for Alpha.
Yeah, I'll put together my Meteorite Scorpion deck.
I'll put together elementals. I'm gonna be the first one.
Let's be
out.
honest, probably the easiest card supply for something. So
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It would be. It would be.
I'll put together a completely illegal deck because I only have 30 Alphas.
I'll build a 5-color deck, and they will all be elementals.
Underworld Knowledge. There's another one.
we played it a bit,
Yeah.
not as much.
It was very, very popular in Malik, with Malik, just to, because he had that high life to begin with, Underworld Knowledge.
Ah, yes.
So,
I think I had that one in there too, but I can't remember.
you exert yourself, lose a life, but you get to draw a card. So it's like one of the few cards for draw ability, right?
Vampiric Kiss as well, a card that we need to make sure to mention as well. Like it's, you hit with a Vampiric Kiss back in Alpha, you are definitely gaining some.
You're hurt.
Someone's hurting and you're not anymore.
Yeah, because it wasn't actually attack; it was a drain.
Yeah.
It drained the life, not actually doing damage, right? So, which again, a lot of the rulings from the initial onsight of that card had changed over the years, right?
Yes,
So
because attack drain had to be updated, make sure it's like, hey, yeah, it's an attack, but now it drains. Now it modifies the attack, so it doesn't deal damage. It actually causes a loss of life instead, directly.
yeah. Favorite Alpha card out of all of them? What's your favorite?
Hunting Hound.
You still say Hunting Hound.
Hunting Hound.
Why are you pointing to it so fast? Angel?
Always has been.
Always has been the Angel?
Always.
For me, I gotta say Giant Scorpion. Giant Scorpion, it's always been my all-time favorite.
Favorite one to play though. Favorite art.
Favorite art?
When I first
You know what my
saw
favorite
that,
art is?
No,
when
I
I
don't.
first saw it when
You
it
know what
first
my
came
favorite art
out,
is in Alpha?
I fell in love
Alpha?
with it.
Oh my goodness.
Is it unhinged?
No.
No. Oh, Decoy Rabbit. He loves.
Or behind this, I think. I
First of all,
am
this
of
one.
the firm belief, Decoy Rabbit. The art's great. That rabbit has more detail on the rabbit itself than the entire card around it. Like the details on that bunny.
I honestly thought they just took a picture of a bunny and put it on
Right
there.
though, look. It looks painted around and the
That
bunny looks so
the detail on
real.
that bunny looks like, I don't know if they might have clipped art that bunny on and threw everything around.
Yeah, I
it.
can't read the artist's name,
If
but
they did, like, give them credit.
well, it's still very hard to see.
Help me, Teddy.
You could actually pull that artwork up off this.
Pull
site.
up the. But yeah, that's my favorite artwork. I think that rabbit's hilarious. Does the rabbit have a name yet? It has to somewhere.
Rabbit.
No.
No.
I don't think
Raikou.
so. Right.
Carl,
Is it
the
Raikou?
rabbit needs lore. Let's do
No, it's Raikou. He's useless. Look. See? Oh my god, it is Raikou. He's useless. He's decoy.
this. Raikou at least could do 1 damage when there's weakness.
Well, he could probably too. You see him hanging on a string, you could just go boop and then hit somebody with it. It's
you can
Raikou.
also battle cry Riku Rabbit. You could also
Can you zoom in
it's
on that
still
rabbit?
bigger.
Oh, for sure.
Get it bigger, get it bigger.
I'm working on it.
We like big rabbits and we cannot lie. Like, look at the detail on that bunny.
Wow. Yep.
I honestly think someone actually brush start that rabbit. Actually brush start it. Put it in and shrunk it.
Who's the artist at the bottom?
Ramiana.
Romiana, yeah.
For Miata, if you're watching, how'd you do the bunny?
It looks like a picture of a rabbit. I always thought it was just like an actual rabbit.
And maybe it is. If it is, kudos. I think the art's still gorgeous. I think it's hilarious. It is the most epic art in Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's with the hat?
Well, it's his decoy. They're supposed to think it's him from a far
funny.
distance away.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
they look very similar.
Yeah, I think that's what it was meant to be, right? It's like, hey, this is supposed to be me hanging here, but it's not. Looks like me because we got the same hat. We got the same hat.
So, have you done yours yet? What card?
What's your favorite?
You-
Oh,
Giant
for
Scorpion,
the art?
For
Yeah,
the
my
art.
favorite card was Giant Scorpion.
What's your favorite art, Ben?
The favorite art? Oh my god, all of them? Like,
You can only pick one.
if I had to pick one artwork,
Like, look at that hunting hound.
That's really, really nice art. Another Ramiana one.
I'm wondering if Rumiana did a lot with creatures, because if you look at the furring on the hound there to the rabbit, they're both very detailed.
oh, JC, I can't decide.
Yeah, you can like see individual fluffs, individual hairs up here.
Or if Sid's out there listening, like,
There's so many.
I'd
Like,
love
I
to know what
mean,
Rumiama is
It
doing.
looks like Bring it
Why
back,
Are you
bring
holding
it back.
that up to me?
bring
instead
it
of
back,
up to
please.
there? Okay,
What?
but hold it up to the right thing.
It looks just like
Nah, they're different. They're cousins.
Yeah, that one's got a white snoot. This guy's got just a continuous snoot.
He dyed it.
He dyed it.
Well, Steve still tries to figure out his favorite art.
my favorite art Alpha, like,
You tell Steve to pick one thing in life that's his favorite, and he breaks.
yeah. I'll be here for
Okay.
hours. Like, I mean, it's.
There, bolt shot. There you go. That can be your favorite art. You love it.
I love Bullshot. Like, Leslie's art on Bullshot was iconic. Still is, right, to today, but I mean, all the art, right, from one I used to really love was Show Unhinged.
Making me scroll all the way to the hand.
Yes.
Yep.
Unhinged. And then just focus on the face. There it is. Zoom in on that face. Like, right?
This is
I love it, right? It's just like,
terrifying.
hey, it's like by far one of the scariest images.
My grandma used to say that was her in the morning before coffee.
Right? Like, I mean, you
That's
look at
not.
I've never seen that. I never noticed that artist.
it
Hang
was,
on, keep it up.
when was the next time Unhinged was? Yeah, so going into Welcome to Jay, even the artwork on Unhinged is like
You know, there's
nowhere
there's
close
a few
to
pieces
that
of
image.
artwork that don't necessarily have champions on it. Remember in Alpha as
Right.
well. I think Unhinged here is one of them. Bolt Shot's another.
Yeah. No. Bullshot has, that's Raha.
Is it raw? Not on. No.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
What?
They have a deviant art.
I didn't think that was supposed to be raw on that image.
In which one?
Where?
In the
Shot.
original Bolt Shot.
No.
That does not look like raw.
It's not. He's got a mask.
That is not Raha in that art.
Maybe it's not.
I know. I think it was one of the ones that there was not a champion on. There's one or two cards that there. If you look at even something like, I don't know if you can see, Guided Arrow. There is another card that just doesn't have. It's not a champion on there.
Let me find Guided Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive Posture. Like, is that Fong? I don't think so.
You could, yeah. You don't see scales, but I mean, you could probably interpret it to be Fong, maybe.
Who?
Is
Where?
this Kato?
That one?
Who is that?
Kato.
Can't be Kato, though. It's on the right
For
colors.
Holy
I'm
Wall,
going with this Kato.
Yeah.
could be.
He
Remember,
transferred.
a lot of the champions weren't fully defined in the game either. So a lot of the art could have came before that. Or
But that could be Kato attacking whatever that thing is, and
Kato wasn't even around then.
I know he wasn't, but I'm just
Well, neither
saying.
was Core.
Like, neither was Core, and he's in Essence Drain.
I'm sure there was some creative storytelling to make that happen.
Downtick arts, though, I gotta say.
Oh, you're finally gonna make a
Oh my
choice?
gosh.
He made a choice.
No, downtick.
What's
Like,
that?
meaning it took a step backwards rather than forward on artwork. I would say has to be Primordial Force.
Really?
Like to go from this
yeah.
to how it was in J compared to J, I think this
Ah, yeah.
by far was like 100% better.
Other
I
than
just
the,
love
like-
that. I love that artwork of Primordial.
Other than the weird, like, squishing.
The weird squishing.
Yeah, the weird squishing. If you look at this versus the beta version, this is actually crunched.
Compared to Beta.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's look at Beta. We're right here.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing he has it, because I was getting tired of searching that out.
Oh yeah.
What? What's
Oh
the
yeah,
difference?
he switched the image on the screen and you can tell right off the bat.
What?
Go back.
Oh, it's squishy!
Yeah, it's squishy on.
And it's
It's
squishy.
squishy.
Squishy
What
Primordial.
is it in J?
I will pull that up.
I'm making you fish.
I can show you right here. This is J. That would be up the
Yeah, he looks more like a.
Oh, right,
Release
yeah,
the
yeah,
Kraken!
yeah.
Well, he is a Kraken to begin
But
with.
he looks more like a Kraken than the new one.
Yeah, he looks more like a more humanoid instead of a beast.
Yeah.
Whereas
Like
if he's primordial, he should be more beast.
I agree with Kenny on that one, but
Like in this one, he kind of looks like a death claw, and then this one, he looks like a.
I like a
Poseidon.
godlike, Poseidon kind of.
Poseidon.
So, but I
Like
mean,
Trident, but with a bunch of
don't get me wrong, I still love
tentacles.
Damian's artwork, right? It looks amazing, but yeah, just
Yes, yes.
that
Can't beat the
original, that original is just so gorgeous. So, but
So, is there anything else we have to talk about? Alpha?
from Alpha.
Oh,
I
the
don't know.
updated version of Lance and Slaughter. Oh, it's not up. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
Let me find it for you.
Oh, they put a little
Like
bit.
the feel of the gameplay back
Yeah, but the
then
new
like,
one.
compared to now,
A lot slower.
a lot slower. The game was a
They
lot
had to
slower.
put a little bit of. They put a
not
little
just
bit of blood in that
for the
one.
learning
Look
curve
it,
of
on
the
the little
game,
lamb.
but
Oh yeah, there's
just
a little
It's
bit.
got blood.
lack of right, lack of options
He wasn't stuffed.
for card
This one's
pool.
got like a bowl of blood.
Yeah, but that was the only blood that they had for it. They didn't want to, put too much harm on the little lamb. She had to go back to Mary.
True. Although.
I don't know. I don't
this
think they want Peter, but
This one looks more.
Right?
This
Right?
one's in more of a like dead pose, whereas this one looks like it might just be sleeping.
That one's got to go back to Mary. There we go. Yeah, Mary's little lamb was having the curse sucked out of it, I guess.
Hassan says he doesn't have any alpha cards, but he loves the beta careful consideration.
There's a card that.
It was one of the artworks for the packs.
Yes, it was.
Careful
I have that
consideration.
one.
What are you doing?
What?
The affiliations.
There's no fade.
There's no phage on it.
Phage wasn't known then.
It wasn't out then, no.
No.
But
Phage is on there, though.
Phage has always been on the cards, but on the affiliation list from
okay.
the starter kits, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, even
That's not on the alpha list here.
What,
The, the token cards there, aren't
Those
they?
would be
Yep.
beta.
Oh,
That's the beta ones, yeah.
never mind.
Or it's J actually there. But even back because they didn't show all like so if you look at any of these the alpha cards, they don't show in the oh they do show it. You have to look at it very, very
Phage
careful.
has always been there, but
Phage
never
has always been there.
never
Yeah, but we knew that.
we've known that for a long time that there's no affiliation.
I never really noticed it until the Sid actually pointed it out back then, right? So he's like, oh, if you notice really closely that there's another symbol along the side, and it's like I'm looking at the card really, really closely, and it's like, oh yeah, there is one there, right? So, and then that's when the story started, right? It's like, when are we getting Phage, right? But
5
now we
years
have
later.
it. 5 years later, finally. But I don't know. It was a lot of fun learning and getting involved in Genesis right from the start of beta, or sorry, from alpha. Yeah, it's exciting.
Learning with Oni demo decks.
Learning with Oni demo decks, yeah. Playing with elementals and using stuff like Infernal Lashback that we'll never see play again, right? Like just because of lack of options of cards, right? And it's just as games progress, you start to see those changes in how things kind of transition throughout the years, right? With especially being with the game from the start, right? So, but it was a lot of fun. I remember, yeah, we used to have a lot of good times playing it. But
Yep.
and then we moved forward. So
And then we moved forward to beta, which was Alpha 2.0.
2.0, yeah.
This made the cards easier, and then we finally eventually got to J.
Yeah, we had Gust instead of Hydro.
And then we all get Angels and Primordial Forces.
And yeah, the Angels and the Primordials were a lot. Well, no, Primordial wasn't that hard to get in Alpha, but
we just get more plentiful.
we just got more of it, even more of it in
Yep.
beta. It was the Angel that actually we started getting more of. It wasn't an epic; it was just a rare, right? So we had more access to it, and we're able to start working on building those Angel decks. We're coming out of the woodwork, and a lot of craziness happening. The same with some of the rares too, right? It was like hard to come across Brooks back at Alpha, and to make a full timeline and have like we see the timelines today with running 10 Brooks or 12 of this, and
The other spicy things.
yeah, exactly. So, but yeah,
Might as well open a Patreon. We've
yeah, I have a
we've
customer.
beaten Alpha
so
like
here, you can be me, and you can.
so I don't know how this works.
Yeah, open it.
I will be right back.
Oh,
I'll
so
walk-
I'm now Steve-O?
I'll
Yeah.
walk you
So
through it.
am I the proud owner of Heads or Tails Gaming now?
Sure.
You have an Alpha Angel there.
I have an Alpha.
Yeah,
No,
I
that's
own
mine.
I
No.
own Heads or Tails. I own Alpha Angel.
No.
Yeah.
No, that was mine.
Really?
No, that was mine.
Really?
JC. That was mine. Yours is in a box. Yours is in a box.
I thought.
Mine actually is in
I
the box
thought-
because I do have the Alpha
Oh, the gift box.
gift box.
So you open it and you take out your packs.
How much you want?
We have packs.
We have
Oh,
packs.
you got
What's
more.
this one? I can put that one.
Yeah. Well,
I get more.
yeah, because Dad has 50 gazillion.
Look at this. Ooh.
And guess what? Push them to the side. Let me do these first.
Is this a car? I've always wanted a new car.
Do you not do Patreon?
No. I work for the company.
Yeah.
So do I.
So we do this one first.
I'm still getting into this thing. So,
Did you know Dragon and Phoenix infants is a Chinese term for a set of male and female fraternal twins? That's from Wikipedia.
Bang Huang.
Wikipedia, the source that anybody can change.
I was.
So I don't know what you got, but oh, you got the different one. I got the big sword one.
I saw that. The different ones.
Shiny.
That was Dad slash JC now. I got that one.
So what's the other random cards in here?
Oh, the other random cards are special Patreon promos.
So you get 3 of the
You have, like,
Patreon
so
promo.
many
You
of
get
them
some
right
vaulted promos.
Hang on, wait, I gotta put this
and
one
you
back.
get a vaulted beta card.
Okay.
So you get a bolted beta card. It's like, pretty sure I've given away a ton of beta. But anyways.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to randomly flip up and see what we get.
Okay.
Alright, so bottom's beta. Hey!
Huzzah!
Oh my god, I got the pressure point.
I got the libraries. Look at the cut on that thing. Oh,
Yeah.
baby. Printer was not having a good
Beta
day.
Live.
moment.
It's a beta moment. I got Tashir.
I got a River Nye.
Wait. I want that. I don't have that in my collection.
You don't have the same glasses?
I don't have the stained glass stuff.
Oh my gosh.
I got the spots.
Keep going.
I gotta keep going.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Oh, you're on to the finals.
Oh,
Whoa! Death Eater.
what does that mean?
These are cool. These are really cool promos.
That's a spiffy Death Eater.
Okay. Now we're on the final 3, the Gargantuan Rabbit.
Oh yes, it is the year of the rabbit.
Yes, it is. This is Dad's year. Dad's year of the rabbit. This is the Chinese New Year Gargantuan Rabbit promo. I'm wearing the shirt. I'm wearing my shirt. I forgot I was wearing my shirt.
That's very cool. I love that stained glass art.
Okay. Origins Pack Wars?
Origins Pack Wars.
Origins Pack Wars.
All right, I'm pulling a God Pack right here.
Oh,
Ah!
so confident.
Not really.
Steve-O doesn't get those.
No, I get them and he steals them. Pack Wars. Ah!
Wow, you open packs like I do. Okay, ready? First one. Electric Strike. That. Oh. Oh.
What?
Oh.
Hey!
Oh.
There's a variant.
There's a different one. There's a I'm wearing my shirt too.
We're still going on this, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
go.
go.
Where are you? Oh, Force Blast.
I got Longma.
Terrible, terrible memories. And,
Oh.
Hayama.
Mackenzie's got it for sure.
I
Who
got
won?
it.
Who? What's next? You
Mackenzie.
decide.
Really?
I'd say, yeah.
Yeah, terrible memories.
Terrible memories
yeah.
and the bird.
Hayama.
The bird snake.
It's kind of funny when they get first 5 cards with the
And-
same cards in the
And
back.
I got
Right?
the Gargantuan Rabbit.
No soup.
No soup.
So what else?
So
What else do you have
Long
there?
this time,
I
man.
have Welcome to J.
You have Welcome to Jay.
Oh, sorry, J2.
J2?
I
Look,
read
it's
J-Law.
John Cena. Boo,
Bow,
doo,
bow, bow,
doo.
bow. Backwards.
I love that.
I love doing Pack Wars.
I'm opening
so
this pack. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Mackenzie might need more, though, if you're going to do all of them.
Hey, look,
yeah.
it's my card.
Ah!
Hey.
Turkey chicken. I love how we're not reading these and they
That win slash
can't
good.
see them.
Oh, nah. Battle cry.
Ah!
Oh!
Whoa, what the
Look at that. Wait.
the
No, we're not
hell?
done. We're not done.
Oh, and the
Seriously?
rest of mine's upside down. What the heck?
Three cards all the same.
Someone's got to be laughing.
That's
at it.
so
I get the
weird.
feeling those are from the same batch.
That's so weird.
Right?
Game.
What was that? Bait? Or, sorry,
Hey.
That's
That was
okay.
J2.
Jay.
J2. Really at Origin. And J2.
I don't know. He's still got 2 packs here.
What do you need, Mackenzie? A raise and a welcome to jail? I'll get them
Yeah,
for you. Hang on.
please.
Welcome to Jay. I haven't opened this up in a long time.
Right?
Remember when there was only 1 rare per pack?
Whoa,
Pepper Ridge
right.
Farm remembers.
Wow, what a weird moment caught on camera. Mr. JC and I pulled 3 of the same card, 2 of the same rares, and the
Now,
same
out of the
champion.
race pack, I want John Cena in full art.
John Cena in full art. Okay.
All right, what are we doing first?
Race first?
We're doing race
Or
first.
should we do Welcome to Jay?
You
Ah.
race first, work backwards.
Fine.
Alright.
You did,
started
yeah.
with
You
Origins,
did
so-
start with Origins, so yeah, go backwards.
So I want John Cena out of here to give the attitude adjustment.
Peacemaker.
Card. Peacemaker. Oh, look, they're my cards already.
Wait a minute.
Oh, look, now one of my cards.
Libertarians. That's a ninja.
I got the Patreon card. I think you won this one.
Okay.
No.
Nope, I won. That's the rabbit.
The line mate. Wow.
I win with a line mate. Just admit it.
No, but we did get one of the
Anybody
same
get a
card
peripheral
before.
vision?
Oh, it's this one, Dark Corruption.
Alright, we're looking for peripheral visions now?
No. I have Oodles, but best card in the set.
What about John Cena? What about the rabbit? Didn't you play this thing?
Oh, I love the rabbit.
Is that John
I
Cena?
love the rabbit when Race came out.
Who's John Cena?
Lightly Cena.
Ah.
Still a decent card.
Good finish, yeah. There's a lot of good stuff in Race.
Alright. Now we're going,
Welcome to J. Lara!
like, what do we want to welcome to J. Lara? We want...
Anything.
What tigers?
Ajna? No, Ajna would have been in Race.
Ah.
Baroque. Cabus.
Cabus?
Ah!
Epic Cabus.
Alright.
Baboon Spider. It was played a lot. The left hook. Wow, you guys,
Anchor
there's a
of the
landslide.
Phoenix.
Oh, purifying wave.
Idris.
I got one aura.
I'm going with
Yeah,
Steve-O here.
What?
I'm going with Steve-O here.
It's Mr.
Oh,
JC.
JC.
Got the Purifying Wave.
Get the purifying wave.
I don't know, Tarantula's still really
The
good.
tarantulas are good, yeah. Spider deck is definitely
You got
a
two
thing.
of them too, because you got that one and then you got the one all the way in the beginning.
Yeah.
They got two.
Did you know Dragon in Phoenix Infant?
Oh, Baboon Spider.
It's a Chinese term for
This thing's better.
a male and female.
Yeah, I thought that one was kind of interesting when I read that. Even though it's from Wikipedia, I still think it's real.
Foiled Fong.
Complaining about Wikipedia, they have surprisingly high standards.
Nice.
Nowadays.
Did you
It's
show the
just-
Gargantuan Rabbit Chinese New Year?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh. Oh yeah, I get.
Again.
Did you see the one that you got?
Yes, the Fong.
I got the other one.
What do you mean
The other artwork. I got a Fong too, but it was the other artwork.
Oh, you got. Oh, he's giving out both artworks.
Yeah.
Oh.
When he does them, he does randomly which one you get.
Well, maybe one of my other patrons will have the other.
Probably.
Hopefully.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Hopefully. Don't matter. Here, needs some bulk, JC.
No.
Oh.
Clearing out Balkan card games. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know, they all end up here at Heads and Tails. Steve-O, take my bulk. It's true, he does.
Who, you do that to him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it's your fault.
And I have countless amounts of box.
Massive
www.genesisbattleofchampions.com. Make sure you check out the website to learn all about Genesis Battle of Champions, including the lore, learn how to play, card database, everything you need to know about the game. Store locators, especially if your LGS is not involved or doesn't know about Genesis. Introduce it to them, get them involved, get them running some locals, and building a community based around this game. This game is awesome, right? It is so much fun, right? Like, set aside all the other, collector crap or whatnot. Like, it's not really crap. I can't say that because I'm like,
Genesis is a card game first.
it's a card game first, exactly. Like, learn to play the game, enjoy the game for what it is, right? And just have fun playing it.
It's a great game.
It is. It's an absolutely amazing game to play. Yeah, get involved. So, anything you'd like to add for tonight? No.
Other than his outro.
Oh, you ready to say it?
Oh, I can say it now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead, yeah, sure.
I'll see you in the arena.
In the arena. Thank. Did you?
It's back out here.
Is it? He's still pointing. Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. We hit 300 subscribers. Thank you so much for all your support and dedication to our show. We really, really appreciate it. Just a reminder, we hit 500. If we hit 500 subscribers, we're going to be doing a giveaway.
We're giving away a car.
No, we're not. We're not giving away a car. We are giving away a sealed box of beta for Genesis Battle of Champions. And probably a whole bunch of other stuff as well on top of it, because we like to give some stuff away from time to time. Maybe, who knows, tune in next week and might be doing a giveaway next week. Who knows? Thanks a lot, Kev. We love you,
Thank
you
you
too, for joining us every single week. We really appreciate it. So tune in next Thursday evening. We'll be streaming again all about Genesis Battle of Champions. Say it one more time, JC. Come on. Say it.
He's already done it.
Gotta
He's
say
already
it.
signed up.
He's
He's
frozen.
in limbo here.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night. Be safe. Love you.
Bye.